Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing. Don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about Impact Wrestling for November the 18th, 2021. So yeah, man, so this is the go-home show before Turning Point for Impact Wrestling. So Impact Wrestling have a pay-per-view this Saturday called Turning Point, and I didn't know about it at first, but yeah, man, they have a pay-per-view this Saturday. We just had a pay-per-view last Saturday called Full Gear. Now we have another pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling called Turning Point. And yeah, man, overall show, it was okay. It wasn't the best show. The only thing I did enjoy on the show was the main event. The main event with Josh Alexander and Minoru Suzuki. That was the best thing on this show tonight. Not tonight. Tonight on Thursday. I watched it today. But yeah, I watched it today, but I didn't watch it live. But yeah, man. But yeah, overall show, it was decent. Only thing I did enjoy on the show was that main event with Suzuki and Josh Alexander. That was the best thing on the show. And yeah, man. And that was pretty much it. That's all I enjoyed on the show. But yeah, I did have questions. Why did the people that's booked for Turning Point, why did they compete on Impact Wrestling when the pay-per-view is 2 days away? Like for example, Doc Gallows and Hikuleo, I don't know why they competed against each other when they're fighting in a tag team match on Saturday. I don't know why. I don't know why they competed on Impact Wrestling when none of those guys can lose. And yeah, man, that's the only problem I had with the show. And yeah, man. But yeah, clearly the main event was the best thing on the show. Before we get into the review, man, I say this all the time in my intro, man. If you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I am here each and every single week, man. Monday, I just started doing Monday Night Raw. I had a Monday Night Raw review, my first ever Monday Night Raw review, so I might be back on Monday. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, of course. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man. WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So, yeah, man. So we started off the show with a match, and it was Steve Maclin versus Laredo Kid. And so the stipulation of this match was if Steve Maclin wins the match, then he'll be added to that X Division title match with Trey Miguel and Laredo Kid. So yeah, man. So yeah, this is a good match, a really good match. So yeah, man. So yeah, at one point, man, we had Steve Maclin. He had a tope suicida. It looked like a tope spear to Laredo Kid, which was freaking awesome, dude. For a guy his size hitting a tope like that, man. Really, really cool spot. And so yeah, man. So we had a top rope senton bomb to Maclin outside the ring, and so Laredo Kid hit like 2 diving moonsaults off of the second rope to Steve Maclin, and then Maclin had kicked out of the move, and so Maclin hit a running knee to Kid, and then Kid hit a poison rana to Maclin, and yeah, man. And so at one point, Laredo Kid he was hung upside down, and so Maclin he had speared Laredo Kid in the corner. And so to end the match, man, we had a mayhem for all to Laredo Kid to win the match. So therefore, Steve Maclin wins the match and is added to the X Division title match against Trey Miguel and Laredo Kid. So it's gonna be a triple threat match now. And so yeah, man. So that was it with the match, man. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a backstage segment. It was Rich Swann and Willie Mack. They went to go check on Sam Beale, and Sam Beale he was taken out by Brian Myers on that before the Impact show, the pre-show before Impact Wrestling. Sam Beale had beat Brian Myers, and so Brian Myers was being a sore loser, and so he took out Sam Beale, and so he hurt him really bad. And so yeah, so Sam Beale he was on a stretcher.
Stable, we're gonna get you to the hospital. We're getting you to the hospital.
Give us the deal.
We're waiting for the ambulance.
What's
He's
up
gonna
with
get to
him?
the hospital. He'll be okay. He's stable.
Damn it, bro. Man, Brian, we don't do this here at Impact Wrestling, brother. You sitting here talking about you a leader, you got your little learning tree, but what you displayed out there, that was despicable. That was disgusting. This man coming up in here to Impact Wrestling trying to make a name for himself, and you do something like that, man. That's not what leaders do, bro. You know what? You and I, man to man, turning point. And I take you underneath my learning tree. I'll grab a switch from that sucker and wear your ass out with it.
Beat his ass.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll show you how a real man, how a real leader conducts his work. Now come on, bro. We gotta get on this ambulance, all right, man? That was disgusting. That was disgusting, bro. Like that.
And that was it, man. That was it with Rich Swann. So Rich Swann he had challenged Brian Myers, the most professional wrestler, to a match at Turning Point. And so yeah, another thing, they constantly add matches to these pay-per-views, man, instead of building up the feuds. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Trey Miguel, the reigning and defending X Division champion. He spoke backstage.
What was supposed to be a one-on-one competition for this X Division championship has now turned into a triple threat match. Maclin, at Bound for Glory, you couldn't beat me. You wanted to blame LP. Laredo Kid earns a shot at this fair and square. You bitch and moan and think that you should be in the match too. Well, you did it enough to make it happen. You keep making this point that I didn't beat you. I only beat LP. So come Turning Point, let's make it my point to beat you, retain this, and stay Impact Wrestling X Division champion.
And yeah, man, that was it. So Trey Miguel, of course, will be defending his X Division championship against Laredo Kid and now Steve Maclin. And so yeah, Trey Miguel is actually my pick to retain the title. And I think he's gonna pin Steve Maclin. He's gonna give Steve Maclin his first pinfall loss. So yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen at Turning Point. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. She interviews Ace Austin and Madman Fulton.
So I think we could.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Can I have a word, please?
Sure.
Last week, Chris Sabin issued a challenge for you at Turning Point, but we've yet to hear your response.
Gia, I thought that my silence on the matter spoke loud and clear on this one. I don't accept the match. Why would I accept this match against Chris Sabin? Do I need to ask you to read the shirt again for me?
And he's wearing that same shirt that says "I beat Chris Sabin."
Gia, do I? No? Yeah, it says I beat Chris Sabin because I already beat Chris Sabin. So there's no reason. I have nothing to get.
Sabin shows up.
Look, man, let me just tell you right now, I don't think you realize how ridiculous you look walking around in that stupid shirt.
You want one?
You're supposed to be the future of this company. You're supposed to be a future world champion. Well, let me tell you something. I am a former world champion, and you're never going to get there by cheating or relying on big sons of bitches like Fulton to win your matches.
Oh, man.
So tell you what, if you think you can beat me without cheating, accept the challenge at Turning Point. Prove yourself. If you think you really can beat me without cheating,
Prove myself.
accept it.
Prove
Yeah,
myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to prove anything to you. But if you want to do this again so bad, okay, fine. We'll do this match at Turning Point. you got it. But I got a better idea. Why don't we just do it right now, you son of a...
Oh. And so yeah, man. So they were fighting backstage. Chris Sabin, Ace Austin, and Madman Fulton, they were fighting backstage. And so yeah, man. So Chris Sabin, he had got the better of it, and he had shoved Madman Fulton into like a freezer and locked him into a freezer. And so yeah, so I thought that was funny. And so yeah, man. So that was it with that, man. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a tag team match, and it was from the Knockouts division, and it was the Undead Bridesmaids, that's Kimberly and Brandi Lauren, versus the Inspiration, that's Jessi, McKay, and Cassi Lee, who are the Impact Knockouts tag team champions. And so yeah, man. So yeah, at one point, the Inspiration, they ran away from Kimberly, and so yeah, and then the Inspiration, they somehow took control of the match. And so yeah, man. And then at one point we had Lauren. She had kicked McKay out of the ring, and McKay, she had landed awkwardly on the ring apron. So that it looked nasty, man. And so yeah, so to end the match, man, we had an assisted power bomb to Lauren to win the match. So therefore, the Inspiration wins the match. And so yeah, man. So right after the match, we had Decay, the challengers for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships. They came out. All four members of Decay, Rosemary, Havoc, Crazy, Steve, and Black Taurus came out to their music. And so they came into the ring and they surrounded the Inspiration. So they scared them. And so yeah, and they took their titles, and so they held up their titles in their face. They took the Inspiration titles and held up the titles in the Inspiration's face. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that, man. Pretty much it. So yeah, so right after that, man, we had a flashback. We had a flashback video that they usually show on Impact Wrestling, and it was from Victory Road in 2020. So it was Heath and Rhino versus Reno Scum, and Heath and Rhino wins the match with a wake up call from Heath Slater, or from Heath. And so yeah, man. So yeah, right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. She interviews Chelsea Green with Matt Cardona. Always ready, Matt Cardona.
Chelsea Green, in 2 days at Countdown to Turning Point, you'll be challenging Jordan Grace for the Digital Media Championship. How are you feeling going into that match?
Look, when I first saw the Digital Media Championship, I knew I had to have it. And when I want something, I don't care who's standing in my way, I'm going to get it. Period.
Well, Matt, as for you, after a disappointing loss in that triple threat last week, you're not in the position you wanted to be in. So what's your plan moving forward?
Yeah, Eddie, he won, right? He won the triple threat. He beat me. He pinned me, and now he's going on to Turning Point against Moose for the Impact World title. And best wishes to Eddie. I hope he does great. But Moose at Bound for Glory, I was this close. Everyone saw it. I was this close to beating him. You know, I came to Impact. I've been saying it all along. I came here for opportunities that I've never gotten before. So on the other side of Turning Point, whether it's Moose or Eddie Edwards, I want that world title shot because I'm always ready.
W. Morrissey interrupts.
There's no world title shot waiting for you on the other side of Turning Point. See, you don't get a world title shot just because you're always ready.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that title shot because I'm standing in your way.
You're standing in my way. You're standing in my way of what's on the other side of Turning Point? Then I guess Turning Point is the place to be. See you there, big man.
So another match made for Turning Point. W. Morrissey and Matt Cardona at Turning Point. So I'm guessing the winner it will be the new #1 contender. So yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. Should be a really good match. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. Gia Miller once again backstage. She interviews Eddie Edwards, who is the #1 contender for the Impact World Championship. And so yeah, so the interview got cut short. The interview got cut short because Moosey had took out Eddie Edwards backstage. And so yeah, so they fought towards the ring, and then Moose hit a Uranagi to Edwards on the ring apron, and he hit a power bomb on Edwards on the ring apron. And so Moosey had brought out a table, and he Pillmanized Eddie Edwards' neck with a chair. And so yeah, man, so Edwards, he threw a chair at Moose's face. And so Edwards, he started hitting Moose with a chair over and over and over again, and he hit a tiger driver to Moose. And so yeah, and so Edwards, he had brought out a ladder. Put it in the ring. It took him some time to climb up the ladder. I don't know why it took him that long to climb up the ladder. and Moose, he was laying on a ladder. He was not laying on the ladder. He was laying on a table that was outside the ring. And so it took Eddie Edwards a long time to climb up that ladder. The thing with Eddie Edwards, he was going to jump off the ladder and dive on Moose through the table. And so Moose, he got out of the way. He got out of the way. So Eddie Edwards, he didn't jump because he took too long. And that's why Moose had got out of the way. And Moose had retreated. And so that was pretty much it with that. And yeah, man, just like, I'm not a fan of champions and challengers like fighting before their big match, like giving away parts of a match. Like have them do like a contract signing or something, man. Do like a contract signing instead of doing this stuff. The ladders and all that stuff, the ladders and the tables and the chairs. Could have easily done a contract signing. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Moose, the Impact World Champion. He spoke. He was backstage and he spoke.
Eddie, you want to come at me? Eddie, you sure you want to come at the greatest champion in all of professional wrestling? Or you think I'm evil now? Wait till you see I'm capable of doing in 2 days at Turning Point, Eddie.
Scott D'Amore interrupts.
You just can't help yourself, can you? I get it. Everything worked out for you at Bound for Glory, and you're the man right now, but you just can't leave well enough alone. Pulling out tables, pulling out chairs? You know what? Great. You want to piss everybody off? Love it. You want to sit there and be a tough guy? Love it. So 2 days from now, Turning Point, you and Eddie, world title? Hell, let's just take it hardcore. Full metal mayhem. Anything goes. Enjoy those weapons, kid.
And so yeah, it's a full metal mayhem match. So kind of like Extreme Rules. So yeah, we just saw that. We just saw that earlier today. We just saw that just now with the ladders and the tables and the chairs and all that stuff. So they gave away parts of the match already when they should have just saved it for the pay-per-view. They could have had a contract signing. They could have had a contract signing, and they could have just made the match the Full Metal Mayhem match. They should have just done that. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Mercedes Martinez. She was backstage. Mercedes Martinez, the #1 contender for the Impact Knockouts Championship. She spoke.
Mickey, we've known each other for a very long time. Mutual respect, right? Mutual respect has gone out the window when I dropped you. If you've known me for so long, then you should have known better. You don't turn your back on me, ever. I came to this division for one reason and one reason only, and that is to dominate. How? The first night I was here, I took out 3 knockouts. Do you think I'm just gonna stop there? No, mamita. No. You see, in 2 days, I'm going to take out the almighty hardcore country legend. And in 2 days, the reign and the legacy of the OG badass Mercedes Martinez begins. I'll see you then, mamita.
And so yeah, man, so that was it with Mercedes Martinez. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had a match, and it was Hikuleo representing the Bullet Club with El Phantasmo and Chris Bay in his corner versus Doc Gallows, who is one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions, with Karl Anderson, the other half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions, in his corner. And so yeah, man, as I said this earlier, man, don't know why this match happened when these guys competing at the pay-per-view. Like why? Why did you book them on a show when they have a pay-per-view match on Saturday? Like if I'm booking somebody for my pay-per-view, I do not want them competing. I don't want them competing before the pay-per-view, because what if that person get injured? What if that person get injured? You know, and then you ain't gonna have no backup plan. The match gonna be ruined. So yeah, man. And none of these guys can lose, man. None of these guys can lose. Doc Gallows can't lose because he's one half of the tag team champions, and Hikuleo can't lose either because he's #1 contender. And number one contenders and champions should never lose, man. Should never lose. And so yeah, man. So yeah, Phantasmo and Bay, they got involved in the match the entire time. And then Gallows, Hikuleo rather, he hit a low blow to Gallows behind the referee's back. And so yeah, man. So that's when Hikuleo took control of the match. And so yeah, man. And so Karl Anderson, he distracted the referee too. And yeah, so Gallows, he used that as an advantage. And so he went right after Hikuleo's eyes behind the referee's back. And so yeah, and so to end the match, man, Gallows had hit the choke bomb to Hikuleo to win the match. So therefore, Doc Gallows wins the match. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Gia Miller. She interviews Deonna Purrazzo, who is the Reina de Reinas champion, with Matthew Raywalt in her corner, and also former Impact Knockouts champion.
I'm standing by for my exclusive sit-down interview with former Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo. I'm currently still awaiting her arrival, but oh, Matthew Raywalt, Deonna Purrazzo, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, well, I'll get started with the obvious. Where have you been for the past month?
Home. Other places.
Okay. Well, while you've been at home, what have you been doing with your time?
I don't know, Gia. What do people do at home?
Okay. Well, over the last year and a half,
Deonna Purrazzo came in there wearing a black dress and some black sunshades, man.
the Impact fans have grown accustomed to seeing you on our program. So I guess what we want to know the most is, when can we expect you back?
Not every person has a match every single week, Gia. I don't know.
Okay. With all due respect, Deonna, you did agree to this interview time.
No, I'm here because I'm contractually obligated to be here, Gia.
Fair enough. But with all the support that the Impact faithful has given you over the last year and a half, I think that they deserve some sort of explanation.
No, you and anyone else, you don't deserve anything from me. Okay, the fact of the matter is I'm a 2-time Knockouts champion. That means I've lost the Knockouts championship before. But I'm also the virtuosa. I possess the ability to analyze my mistakes and correct them moving forward. So it does nothing for me to sit here and tell you what's been going on in my life, what's going on in my head. You and Mickie James and all of the Impact faithful are just going to have to wait and see what my next moves are, okay? Okay. Let's go.
So yeah, man, that was it, man. Deonna Purrazzo, she is the best. One of my favorite women's wrestlers is Deonna Purrazzo. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had FinJuice. So FinJuice, they were backstage and they spoke about their quest at the tag team titles.
Juice, Vegas has not been kind to us, has it? We challenged for the tag team titles at Bound for Glory. Walked out empty-handed. We get a shot at the #1 contendership for those tag team titles. And we lose.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to remind me, see, because we were so obsessed with the Good Brothers that we forgot about ELP and Chris Bay. And now we are all the way back at the bottom. All the way back at the bottom. But we've lost before. We've gotten our ass kicked before. We've been the biggest
Plenty of times.
losers, the biggest young boy. We've been the lowest level of life on the NJPW roster. And we have climbed to the top, won tag league, won the championships at... Hey guys.
Scott D'Amore.
Look guys, I know you've had a bit of a rough patch. But you guys are FinJuice. You guys are former world champions. And the fact is, you know, I've been talking to Josh Alexander about this. In this industry, sometimes it's about focus. And you guys just lost your focus. Remember, Rocky Balboa said it. It's not about getting knocked down. It's about getting back up. And I know you guys can do that. So 2 days from now, countdown to Turning Point, you guys get razor sharp, get focused. You guys in Decay, go out there. They're a great team. You're a great team. Go out there and show them what FinJuice is all about.
So yeah, man. So that was it. So it's gonna be Decay versus FinJuice at Countdown to Turning Point. So I'm guessing it's the pre-show. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah. So right after that, man, we had Violent by Design. So they did their vignette, and so they spoke about Heath and Rhino.
Freedom. Now, what is it to truly be free? Really free. Now, Rhino, you experienced freedom. You felt what it was like. You were pure.
saw the truth. You were part of something special, but then you made a choice. And with choices come ramifications. Ramifications that I don't think you're ready to deal with. Violent by design. Now you're looking for us. You and Heath want us at Turning Point. Turning Point. Now isn't that fitting? Turning Point. Because this will be a turning point in your life. I will set you free again, but it won't be the freedom you enjoyed before. This will be a different kind of freedom. A permanent freedom. A freedom from your sins. I'm gonna lay you down. I'm gonna put your partner on top of you. And I'm going to build a monument of violence on your backs. On your memories. Look into my eyes and understand you made the wrong choice. And at Turning Point, this is going to be over forever.
And that was it, man. That was it from Violent by Design. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a 6-man tag team match, or a trios match, whatever you want to call it. It was Johnny Swinger, Hernandez, and Flala Ba versus the Demon and Decay. And Decay, that's Black Taurus and Crazy Steve. So yeah, man, this was a joke, man. A joke of a match. So yeah, so Swinger, he had pulled out a red bandana, and he started playing with the red bandana. He was taunting Black Taurus with the red bandana because Black Taurus is a bull. And so they did the whole Olay thing, the Matador thing. And so yeah, so D'Lo Brown on commentary, he had said that when you mess with a bull, you get the horns. Ha ha ha. And so yeah, man, so to end the match, man, we had a Cobra Clutch submission move to Swinger from the Demon to win the match. So therefore, the Demon and the K wins the match. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, Johnny Bravo was backstage and he spoke to Johnny Swinger right after Johnny Swinger lost the match.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm not
Listen,
okay.
I saw what happened out there. Listen, you bounced back from worse.
No, there's nothing you can do. If this isn't rock bottom, I don't know what.
Where are you going?
And Decay had interrupted.
Oh, perfect. This is the last thing I need. Somebody who wants me dead.
No. We heard what you said to Swinger just now.
Swinger's done a lot for me. You know, when I was at my lowest of my low, he got Swinger's Palace. He got me a paycheck in my pocket. I just want him happy. I want him happy like he was in Wrestle House. Do you remember?
We do remember. And we might be able to help you out with that.
Oh, yeah?
For a price.
What's the price?
The only thing we've ever wanted from you, Bravo. Your sweet virgin blood.
And that was it, man. That was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Jordynne Grace, the reigning and defending digital media champion, and Rachel Ellering. They were backstage and they spoke about Chelsea Green, who is the challenger.
This Saturday at Turning Point, I wrestled Chelsea Green. And listen, I respect Chelsea. I really do. I think she's a great wrestler. But there's a reason I'm the first ever in history digital media champion.
You know Jay Grace. She was actually in that match, and somebody here is the one and only digital media champion, the one and only female Triple Crown winner, the one and only Hasset, the one and only Jordynne Grace.
She couldn't get it done then, and she's not going to get it done now.
And that was it, man. That was it with Jordynne Grace. The interview with Jordynne Grace. Not interview. The segment. And so, yeah, so right after that, man, we had Mickie James, who is the reigning and defending Impact Knockouts champion. She spoke about Mercedes Martinez.
I should have known better. I really should have known better. But Mercedes, I want to say thank you. Thank you for reminding me. When you first showed up here at Impact, I was so excited. I was really excited because I thought I had a friend in arms, a comrade, someone who I admired and respected. You and I have gone up and down these roads for a long time together, in and out and everywhere in between. And last week, I thought I was coming out to help a friend. But come Turning Point, I won't make that mistake again. You see, when it comes to this championship, there's no such thing as friends. You like to call yourself the original OG? Well, honey, you're about to step in the ring with hardcore country. So you better get ready for original ass whipping.
So yeah, man, that was it with that. So of course it's gonna be Mickie James defending her championship against Mercedes Martinez at Turning Point this Saturday. And so yeah, man. Now, oh yeah, I'm gonna make the predictions. The predictions gonna be right after the show. So yeah, man. So right after that, man, was the main event, and the match I was looking forward to the entire night was Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander, man. And so yeah, so the crowd, they chanted, "This is awesome," and the match barely started. And so yeah, man, so Alexander hit a running crossbody to Suzuki's back to knock him outside of the ring. And so Suzuki, he went right after Josh Alexander's arm. And then at one point we had Suzuki, he had grabbed a chair. And so he tried to use the chair, but it had like a security guy. He took the chair away from Suzuki. And so Suzuki had knocked the guy out. And so yeah, so the crowd was split. Half of the crowd was cheering for Alexander, and the other half was cheering for Suzuki. And so yeah, so both of these guys, they were going back and forth with chops, man. And Suzuki chops, man, the Suzuki chops knocked Josh Alexander down on his knees, man. And so yeah, man, so both of these guys was going back and forth with forearms, and Suzuki had locked in a sleeper hold to Alexander, and then Alexander hit a fireman's carry senton bomb to Suzuki, followed up by a diving knee drop. And so both of these guys, they were trading submission holds. And so yeah, man, and so we had forearm strikes to Suzuki. And so to end the match, man, we had Josh Alexander hit a C4 spike to Suzuki to win the match, which looked devastating, man. So he hit the C4 spike to Suzuki to win the match, and so therefore Josh Alexander wins the match. And that was it, man. I'm telling you, man, that C4 spike, man, deadly finisher, man. Deadly finisher. I don't think nobody has ever kicked out of that finishing move. And I love that. I love the fact that nobody ever kicked out of it. Because that move, man, that move right there looked like it'll end your career. And so yeah, man. So that was it with the match, man. Great freaking match, dude. Great match. The best match on the show. And yeah, man. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a vignette from Wrestle House 2. So Wrestle House 2 will be next week. So they bringing Wrestle House back. And yeah, man. So that was it. That was the announcement for next week. And that was it with the show, man. You know, overall, the show was okay. It was okay. You know, it wasn't the best show. Like these go home shows are never good. But yeah, man, the only good thing on the show was Josh Alexander versus Minoru Suzuki. So yeah, let's talk about the predictions. Let's talk about this Turning Point card. The matches that we have for Turning Point on Saturday. So yeah, man. So first we have our Knockouts Championship match. It's going to be Mickie James, the Impact Knockouts Champion, versus Mercedes Martinez, who is the challenger. And so yeah, man. So my pick, I'm going with Mickie James to retain her title because she just won a title. So that ain't gonna make no sense to take it off of her. So yeah, Mickie James is my pick, my prediction to win the match. And also we have Brian Myers versus Rich Swann. So yeah, I'm going with Brian Myers to win the match because the story is about Brian Myers and Sam Beale. So I'm going with Brian Myers to win the match. And also we have Eric Young and Joe Dorian versus Heath and Rhino. Eric Young and Joe Dorian, Violent by Design versus Heath and Rhino. I'm going with Violent by Design to win the match and get their win back. And also we have a match, Ace Austin with Madman Fulton in his corner versus Chris Sabin. So yeah, man. Might have to go with Ace Austin on this one. Or you know what? No, I'm going with Chris Sabin. I'm going with Chris Sabin to get his win back. And next we have W. Morrissey versus Always Ready, Matt Cardona. I'm going with W. Morrissey to win the match. And then we had the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. It's going to be the Inspiration, the Knockouts Tag Team Champions versus Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary. So I'm going with the Inspiration. Even though I'm not a fan of the Inspiration, I'm going with the Inspiration to retain their titles because it's not going to make any sense to take the titles off of them to put it back on Decay. That's the thing. They never should have took the titles off of Decay in the first place. Never should have took the titles off of them in the first place. But yeah, man, I'm going with the Inspiration to retain the titles. And also we have the X Division Championship Triple Threat match. It's going to be Trey Miguel, the X Division Champion, versus Steve Maclin versus Laredo Kid. I'm going with Trey Miguel to retain his championship, and not only retain his championship, but pin Steve Maclin to retain his championship. That's what I think is going to happen on Turning Point on Saturday. And then we had the Impact World Tag Team Championship match. And it's going to be the Impact World Tag Team Championship match is going to be the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson versus the Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Hikuleo. So yeah, I'm going with the Bullet Club. I'm going with the Bullet Club to win the match and become the new Impact World Tag Team Champions. And also in our main event at Turning Point, it's going to be for the Impact World Championship, and it's going to be a Full Metal Mayhem match. It's going to be Moose, who is the Impact World Champion, the reigning and defending Impact World Champion, Moose, versus Eddie Edwards. I'm going with Moose all the freaking way. Moose all the way, man. Moose is going to win that match and retain his championship. And also we have the countdown to Turning Point match, Finjuice versus Crazy Steve and Black Taurus. I'm going with Finjuice to win the match. And also we have the Digital Media Championship, Jordan Grace, the Digital Media Champion, versus Chelsea Green. On the countdown to Turning Point, I'm going with Jordan Grace to retain a title. And that's it, man. That's it. That's all the matches that's on Turning Point. And so yeah, man. So that was it. That's my predictions. That was it with the review for Impact Wrestling for November the 18th, 2021. And that was it with my predictions for Turning Point. That's this Saturday, man. And so yeah, man. If you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I'm here each and every single week, man. I might do Monday Night Raw again. So Monday for Monday Night Raw. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, of course. Friday is for AEW Rampage. And then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man. WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So we have 2 pay-per-views, man. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we have Turning Point, and then Sunday we have Survivor Series, man. So yeah, man, busy week it's gonna be. And so yeah, man, so I'll see you guys on AEW Rampage. I'll see you guys on Friday. I'm recording this before Rampage, so I'm recording this on a Friday afternoon. So I'll see you guys tonight for AEW Rampage. And so on AEW Rampage, I'm going to be talking about the WWE releases. I'm going to be talking about the WWE releases that we got on Thursday. I'm going to talk about that. And I'll be making my Survivor Series predictions on AEW Rampage review. So yeah, man. So don't want to miss that. I'll see you guys for AEW Rampage. And yeah, man, if you missed anything, if you missed last week's review of Impact Wrestling, the video is going to be right up here in this corner. And the link to that video will be down below in the description. So make sure you click both of these. Click the video up here or click the link down below in the description if you missed anything. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. Comment down below. Tell me how you felt about Impact Wrestling. Share this video, man, with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, and thank you, man. And yeah, man, and this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.